Hey YouTube, what's going on? Malicious Intent coming back at you with another Vanquish Soul Kashtira deck profile. This time, it is post the January 10th Banlist in Master Duel, where they took the semi-limited Kashtira Fenrir, limited it to 1 copy per deck. And with that, let's get right into the deck profile. A staple, 3-max C, it's an Earth. This is Vanquish Soul. You need Earth, Dark, and Fire. This is Master Duel. 3 Maxis. 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Again, just like last time, I'd much rather this be Droll and Lockbird. It's a more powerful card, but you need fires in the deck. 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. I am play testing 3 cards in here that might not make the final build, but I'm play testing them regardless, just to see what they can do, if they add to bricking or not, if they're good in a pinch or not. The first of 3, Zodiac Cataroost. This is an Earth monster. You need Earth in the deck. I'm using it to link climb into a 4 material Zeus with a Trident on the way to pop a face-up monster on the field. The only downside with the card, the most major downside of the card in my opinion, is it requires your normal summon. This deck already has its normal summon almost every turn already dedicated, so this is just a card that you'd use in a pinch, and that's why I'm playtesting it. It was honestly, to have the additional Earth, it was this, Pancratops, Alpha Master of Beasts, or no material is what I had it down to, and I chose to playtest Cataroost. We have 1 copy of Kashtira Riseheart, 3 copy of my boy Rosin, 1 copy of Vanquish Soul Pantera, 3 copies of Dr. Mad Love, 2 copies of Zhao Long, and then we get into another card that I'm playtesting, another pair of cards I'm playtesting rather, in Bestial Magnamut and Bestial Druiswarm. I'm testing these in place of, well, in place of a couple things. It's in place of 3rd Borger. It's in place of 2nd Caesar Vallius. It's also technically in place of Thrust and Talents. Magnamut can search either the Druid Swarm or your 1 copy of Caesar Vallius. They're hand traps. They come into play a lot in Vanquish Soul, in a lot of decks really, but in Vanquish Soul, if I have a Rock the Vanquisher in my graveyard, I can banish my own. I can use it as interruptions on my opponent's turn, so I decided to try and playtest it. The big change in this deck from 1 copy to 3 copies of Kashtira Unicorn, and then of course the newly limited Kashtira Fenrir. I'm playing 2 copies of Vanquish Soul Heavy Borger and 1 copy of Vanquish Soul Caesar Vallius. Into the spells, we've got 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 1 Pot of Prosperity, 1 new card that I threw in here, Kashtira Theosis. I'll explain the play really. It's ideally you open the Pressure Planet searches Kashtira Unicorn searches Kashtira Theosis. Kashtira Theosis special summons Kashtira Fenrir. Kashtira Fenrir searches Kashtira Riseheart. Kashtira Riseheart is special summoned. Overlay Unicorn and Fenrir. Make Shangri-Ira. Activate the effect of your Kashtira Riseheart, banishing 3 face-down monsters from the top of your opponent's deck by banishing, if I didn't open it, Kashtira Big Bang. Kashtira Big Bang's effect triggers and gives me Fenrir from under Shangri-Ira back to my hand. Shangri-Ira also triggers locking out a spell or trap or a monster zone and allowing me to overlay Kashtira Riseheart over Kashtira Riseheart. Into the spells, we have 1 Reinforcement of the Army that can grab my boy Rosin or a Kashtira Riseheart if I already have the Rosin. 1 copy of Pot of Prosperity. Again, it's the 1 copy of Theosis, 3 copies of Stake Your Soul, 1 Pressured Planet, 1 Birth. It's restricted to 1 for a reason, powerful card. 2 copies of Called by the Grave because I don't want that unicorn to be ash blossomed. 1 copy of Vanquish Soul Continue. This is better with 2 copies of Triple Tactics Thrust, where on turn 0 I can set it with the thrust if need be, but I'm still playing 1 copy because there is no real monster negation in this deck besides Baron Lafleur. 1 copy of Kashtira Big Bang. This is in place currently of the newly limited There Can Be Only One. Of course, There Can Be Only One as a blowout card. I find Kashtira Big Bang, just upon initial review of the card, I guess, for it to be a little stronger. Like, I get the Fenrir back to my hand if this is the banished target for the Kashtira Rise Heart. If I opened it and I was able to drop Shangri-Ira, this is a really strong card, to be honest, where it does sort of do the same thing of There Can Be Only One, but as you know, There Can Be Only One doesn't hit every deck in the format, and this will hit any deck. And then lastly, the staple Vanquish Soul Snow Devil. Onto the extra deck, we have 1 copy of Baron Lafleur. It is made by using my opponent's Ash Blossom with Ahita the Fire Charmer. That's usually the only way I can make it. Technically, I can normal summon my own Ash Blossom with Heavy Borger up on the board, or Unicorn, or Fenrir, but I don't think I've ever done that. 1 copy of Abyss Dweller. The Zodiac package being 1 Tiger Mortor, 1 Drident, 1 Shakanine, and 1 Shakanine, and 1 Borbo. 1 copy of Baguska, 1 Big Eye, because I can rank 7, quite obviously. 1 Zeus, 3 copies of the most important card in the extra deck, Rock the Vanquisher, and again, the 1 copy of Hita the Fire Charmer Ablaze. Hit like if you liked this video, hit subscribe if you really liked it. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Take care.